I didn't realize I've not been recording, but I've been revising my art fundamentals because obviously when you start learning to draw, like proper learning as a self-taught artist, you have to go through fundamentals. I'm going over it again to refine my skills, like, because no matter how good you are, no matter how good you get, you still need to. There are aspects of art that you still don't know very well. Not you don't know, but like you need to fine tune. You get the gist. So this is what I've been up to since mid-December last year. Yes, mid-December, because before then I don't think I've been drawing. Yeah, I've not drawn for like a whole year on paper. It was that bad because of my work. Yeah, working in the healthcare is tough, so I didn't have time. So this is what I did in December. Basically drawing afro hair. This is a self-portrait. This is the first time I'm drawing myself traditionally. I've never drawn myself with pencil or paper before. I tried it 4 years ago and it did not work out. I did not look like myself. I've only ever drawn myself on Procreate, but I decided like that needs to change. I didn't even use like guidelines like I used to. I usually do the whole circle plus. I only did the plus, the cross sign, and everything just aligned. Because I've been training my eye. That's another thing. Training your eye. You can use all the guidelines in the world. If you don't train your eye, nothing is going to work. So, next, practicing perspective. This was this month, January actually, not this month. This is February. This was January. Basically, I drew across and tried like yeek. Yeah, this is one thing I was avoiding for years, and I can't avoid it forever. Drawing of cylinders and boxes, like basically focal points, all that stuff. Then the regular X perspective drawing, like I think everyone must do. Yeah. Then what else did I do? I think I did something else. Okay, then this is my meet the artist. I had to sketch it here before transferring it to my iPad to do because I suck at sketching on anything digital. So this is my meet the artist. I'll put the actual finished picture up. Then this is what I'm doing today. Drawing hands. I don't really suck at drawing hands anymore, but like my hands get wonky, like the proportions. So I want to resume practicing drawing of hands. Not every day, but like anytime I feel, oh, I need to draw this. I've done 3. This is my own hand. I drew this by looking at my hand. Then these 2 are from Pinterest. I haven't, I'm not done. I just started this morning. So yeah, that's what I've been up to so far. See how messed up? See the spine is gone. So I did some journaling this morning. In a way, it was me writing a script for this video. I've been meaning to make this video since January, I think. No, actually since November. I started journaling this year. I journaled this morning and I was thinking about how I attempted to draw every day for a whole month and it was horrible. I tried doing Inktober. I think it's here. I tried doing Inktober in 2021 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I was right in my journal entry. I didn't. Okay, 8. I could barely get past day 7. I just managed to sketch my wristwatch here. Let me just read my journal entry to make things easier for myself because I tried writing a script for this 2 days ago and it did not work out. I wrote like 4 pages. Yes, 4 pages. I've never written this much. Drawing every day is a scam. I did this digital version of Inktober, Badtober by the almighty flesh.png. That's Chan. If you don't know Chan, check out their page. They're really good. They're anonymous. There were, I think, 5 free days, so basically 25 days of drawing. So in Badtober, they have the 30 days or 31 days. October has 31 days, sorry. So those 3 days, you can decide to draw if you want, and you can decide not to draw. Should be easy, right? Especially since the rule is draw as horribly as possible. But I quickly noticed nobody was necessarily doing that, but rather being super creative. Either that, or they were just flat out lying because that could not possibly be your worst. no freaking way. Like, see the things people were drawing. I was like, no, this can't be your worst. No. Day one was calm. I drew the Michael Gordon, aka Mickey. Yeah, if you know me in person, you know I love Mickey. I talk about Mickey every time. Mickey. His music is like, it's perfect. His music is the future. Yeah, enough yapping. Drew shoes the next day. That was day 2. Drew shoes the next day. My aim was basically to render in no more than 1 hour, no matter how bad it looked. I was the only one following Batoba at this point. I kept drawing and drawing, sketching even. It was fun. Until day 10, when I decided it was a great idea to draw Zendaya as Joanne of Arc. 2 hours, 59 minutes of butt cheek rendering of the armor. Day 11 didn't take up to 15 minutes. The prompt was 2 best friends and I gave up. I just did like a sketch and closed my iPad for the day. I was so irritated. The other days seemed fair, very sketchy on some, but I think my stylus stopped working. If you don't know, for like the first 2 to 3 years of my digital art journey, I used my finger to paint because I couldn't afford an Apple Pencil. I still can't until I now managed to buy like a regular stylus. Nobody believed I was using my finger. That's also why I believe no one has an excuse. There are people drawing on their phones. You have no excuse. Pick up something and draw. Day 21 was one of my faves because I made it on a free day and drew my hyperfixations. Everything crumbles by day 25. I drew some ugly tangerines. I redeemed myself on day 27 with a redraw. Then gave up on day 28. You guessed it, I didn't complete the last 2 prompts. I was genuinely fed up. I hated making art at that point. So much so, I didn't pick up my stylus the whole of November. If you have watched my video about me not liking the way I look, you'd see at some point where I talk about being cranky because you're not creating things. That was actually why. I was burnt out, but I couldn't bring myself to create anything because I'd literally fried my brain and fried my hand. I was still recovering from wrist surgery. So, in a way, this was my only functional hand. So I'm using this hand to draw, I'm using this hand to wash, I'm using this hand to do my own hair. I'm using it like, I barely use this hand, so I was burnt out. And I just hated making art at that point. I managed to pick it up on occasion in December, in the hopes of dropping one last piece for the year, but failed. I couldn't bring myself to draw. I had reached burnout. Again, I had to indulge myself in other creative outlets to stay sane. Luckily, mid-December, I picked up a pencil and started sketching again. Nothing beats the tactile experience of using a sketchbook. The sound of graphite against A4 paper. Even the feel. I go on about it till New Year's Eve, when I stumble across a screenshot of Connor's story on my Twitter feed. He seemed to be everywhere the whole December, so I indulged. And then came out. Is it then? I can't see my funky handwriting. Like, can you? This is why my friends used to complain that I write cursive. Now I can't even see what I was writing because I was like in a flow state. He seemed to be everywhere the whole December, so I indulged, and there came out a beautiful eye study. Next thing I know, I'm searching for movie, series, screen caps, and I'm painting Tashi Duncan. Twice, mind you. I throw in a Rema sketch, I start an expression study series, and even use myself as reference. Where am I going with this? I think forcing myself to draw almost every day burned me out, but also forced out all the bad art I had been hiding, so to say. I haven't made bad art in ages, especially digitally. I do think it served as a catalyst, or maybe purging. Most artists recommend drawing every day for improvement, but they don't always specify what. It's usually a blanket statement. So, I believe you should draw every day if you are 1. A beginner, which I am not. 2. Learning something new, e.g. fundamentals, which I wasn't at the time. if you are experienced, sometimes stepping away from the canvas for hours, days, weeks, and dare I say months is important. That's what I've been doing for a year or two. Would I join Badtober again? Absolutely not. I couldn't even get past Inktober Day 7 in 2021. Yeah, no. That's literally how I ended the journal entry. So, that is it. Obviously, if you draw frequently, you're going to improve. But if you're drawing aimlessly, or you're just following prompts, things you don't like, you're going to burn out and you're going to hate yourself. That's what happened to me. With this thing I want to start now, I am not going to get tired because I have areas where I need to improve traditionally, because in a way to eventually translate to my digital work. Digitally, I've kind of hit that peak with rendering, and I'm definitely going to get better from there because you never stop growing. So like, I've decided to go back to my roots because I've reached the point in my rendering where it's like I'm not really learning much for now. I'm kind of stuck, but then it's a good stuck, so I'm going back. I have 3 whole videos I'm meant to post, but I'm too lazy to finish editing them. I'm too carried away by the art I'm making and planning my life, because in 2 to 3 months I'm not going to be so active on social media. I'm going to be serving this waste of a country. Yes, any Nigerian you see that's like, I love Nigeria, is most likely in the diaspora. I live here. This place is whack. It's crazy. We're on the brink of fascism. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. We're in danger. We're in literal danger. So nothing like, oh, I love my Nigerian girl. Shut the hell up. Anyways, that's the point of this video. Yeah. Let me just do a mini, not a sketchbook though. I want to show some of my favorite sketches inside here, apart from the other. Damn, this spine had degenerated. So this is another spread I like. I love the way I sketched FK2. I don't like the way I sketched Hadley Williams, but you can see the gap between the two. Like, there was major improvement. I used a regular pencil, then I used this to get here. So this Santi, this Sugar, I keep forgetting her name. This is Ayanfe. One of my inspirations. This sketchbook is going to swear for me. It's going to make curses on me. This is Jesus of Nazareth. I'd like to believe. We don't know what Jesus looked like, but we know for a fact that he was not a white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. I literally have a piece about that. Then this should be Mary Magdalene. I'm going to edit that, redraw. This is another page I like. This was the last thing I properly sketched before I started my nursing internship and began suffering. Yeah, this was like the month of my graduation. This is McGee. This is one pretty girl on Pinterest. This is what's her name? Allegria, a woman of God. Love her. That's Steve Lacey down there. There's other stuff I love inside here I would love to show. I also want to get back into drawing anime. I'm going to draw Gojo very soon. Very mandatory. He's my favorite JJK character. So that is very important. Last but not least, this will always top the digital final. Like the sketch, I'm tempted to redraw it. I'm so tempted to redraw this because this is so poetic. Like, this is the song by Hadley Williams, Roses, Violets, Lotus, Irises. Like, this song spoke to me on a spiritual level way better than a lot of Christian songs. No offense. Thank you for watching. I hope to make more art videos. I've said this like 10 times, but I will make more because art is life. Bye.